am Dr. LaKeisha J. And this may be a video for me, or it may be a video that I decide to post, but this is a video of transparency. And I have had a frustration for many years, over a decade, and it is just something that really, seriously, honestly, from the heart bothers me. And it's been bothering me for a long time. I'm not ashamed of it bothering me because it's been for the right reasons. But I am a product of a person who went to school. As you can see, if you followed my channel or if you've ever heard anything from me, I completed a PhD in public health with a specialization in epidemiology from Walden University in 2011. I completed a Master of Science degree in human nutrition from the University of Bridgeport in 2008. I completed a Bachelor of Science degree from Everglades University with a major alternative medicine in 2006. These are educational degrees that I've obtained that I have paid for. And I graduated from high school in 1997. So from 1994 to 1997, I was a high school student from 9th grade to 10th grade, 11th to 12th, who was just having the desire and ambition to go to college, because I was looking at the commercials on TV. I was listening to people who were in my life who had not gone to college, and they thought that from their life experiences that college was the way to go, and they encouraged and inspired that. I also was around people who, from teachers to other health professionals or other professionals, including health professionals, who encouraged and inspired going to school because they had actually experienced it. And some of the things that they experienced that were great, they wanted to inspire and motivate other people to get their degrees. And then some of the things that they may have felt were hardships or difficulties, they thought that, okay, well, I experienced this, so maybe you should get a degree in this, or take this particular pathway. And I did that. And when my life changed and I had children, I had to make adjustments in my life because I still wanted to attain those goals of completing my educational degrees. And I worked really hard. I was here at this place learning to be a wife, learning to be a mother of 2 children, because I had a journey of enrolling in college in 1997 after graduation. And then from then on, I went off to college. I went and studied a couple of years, and then I ended up coming home and getting married. Then I ended up giving birth to our first child. And then I went back to school and I worked at the hospital, just trying to do what I thought it took for me to get that degree. And my major change, like so many students do, experience major change from one subject to the next because you experience life. Once I started working in the hospital, I decided that I didn't want to do what I initially enrolled in school to do. And long story short, I did all of this. I did the work, I applied for jobs, and I learned early that even while you were enrolled in school, if you wanted to get a job in that field that you were studying, you had to have experience to get that job. And it's changed now, and it's, oh, okay, well, we'll accept volunteer experience for this and that. Okay, but let's go back to when I was going to school. And I was enrolled in school, and I was trying to get entry level jobs to give myself a chance to get experience. And I was hired. Of course, you could do the math for working in 2002 and beyond. Without a degree, you're not going to make a lot of money. And I didn't have money to really go to school because I was paying for school that I really couldn't afford. Okay, but I was using the system that I thought, okay, financial aid, right? Financial aid is designed to give you support for finances for something that you need, but yet you still have to qualify for what you need help with. So, and you have a need, but you have to qualify to get help where you need it. And if you don't qualify for the system, then you're not going to get that help. So you're going to just be walking around needing help for real, but you're not really needing help according to the system that tells you that you don't qualify for the help that you need. Or you do qualify to get in a position that you're never going to be able to get out of because, yeah. So that's kind of how it went. And now I'm here in 2024, having seen the same jobs that I apply for today were the same jobs that I applied for 13 years and 2 months ago when I completed my PhD, and earlier because I was completing my degree. I was working on it in 2009. Okay, so in the year of 2009, I was applying for jobs then, and what was happening is you're not qualified for the jobs that you're applying for because the qualification requires you to have experience. And you're looking for a job to get experience because how can you qualify as having worked 2 to 3 years in the industry if you're applying to get that 2 to 3 years of experience in the industry that you're not getting because you don't have experience in the industry for 2 to 3 years to get the experience that you need. Okay, so that's what it was. And once I obtained the degree, I went from having this degree now still needing 2 to 3 years of experience that I didn't get when I was applying 2 years earlier, trying to get that foot in the door opportunity. And again, this is entry level, intermediate, advanced, because I was working on an advanced degree but requiring entry level experience because I didn't have the experience that was required to qualify for the job to get the experience that I needed. Okay, so after that, it just became year after year after year. And the further I was getting away from graduation and being enrolled into the school program, I am getting away from activity. So I don't have activity now. That's fresh because, okay, now it's been 2 years since I graduated. It's been 4 years since I've been studying this subject. And I'm trying to get a job to get experience. And the further I am away from being enrolled in school and just having a degree, now you're working toward not even having the opportunity to get an internship which internships, you also have to apply for them, and you have to compete against other graduates when every single quarter of every single semester of every single year, there are graduates all over the world graduating with the same degree that you have or the subject that you graduated in, and they are applying to the same places that you're applying, because all of us are kind of thinking alike. We have this degree and we want to work in this area, right? So even applying for internships, you have to qualify and you have to compete with others. And um, competition, really, what is it? Because you can be a person who, you know how when you voted in school for who's the most popular or who's going to do this and that, and then you look 20 years down the road and you find that people who were most likely to succeed um, had a different situation going on later on in life, and the people who were probably less likely to succeed according to the voting requirements, you saw them later on, and what you saw was successful. And it's the same way, or appears the same way with graduating. You can graduate, you can get this degree, you can be as smart as you know what, and yet maybe you don't come to work every day. Or maybe you have a lot going on in your life and you're not the most dependable or responsible or this and that. And, it's just you're constantly competing for these jobs. And then now they have systems because there are so many applicants, and I'm guessing it's too overwhelming for the hiring person to receive so thousands and thousands of applications. And what, everybody doesn't qualify? Oh, okay, well, we want you to be qualified, and then we want you to be best qualified, and that will determine if you get an interview. And then once you get an interview, the interview is going to determine if you're the most qualified person for the job. There's just so much. And, it is just a system on top of a system on top of a system. And then when you're in the system, when you're a student in the educational system, and then you become a worker in the educational system, or you're a citizen of your country living under a system of rules and regulations and laws that don't fit your situation, okay, as an individual. And you can't get out of a hole when you're in a hole, and no one will help you get out of the hole. And then you can get yourself out of the hole if you have the tools that you need to get out of the hole. And it has just been a part of my life that has been the most frustrating. And there were times that I had gotten so close to being frustrated that I actually didn't even any longer appreciate something that I once did. Like, doing things according to the system. And okay, I was told to go to school, I was inspired to go to school, and I was told to work hard, and I was told to do this and that, and then I did that, and it didn't help me. And as my husband would say a lot, here I am doing things according to the system. There's my wife, there she goes. And then I see people who have a different attitude than I do about the system, because they've experienced something completely different that made them think the way they do and act the way that they do with the system, which is, you know, you're using the system because the system is not helping you. Some people have that attitude. And here I am with my, beautiful, naive self that, no, I can go about it this way, I can do it this way, and I'm going to follow this, and it's going to work out for me. And here I am among the few that has done all this work, achieved all these achievements, accomplishments, goals, etc., dreams that some people have, and this is how I feel. This is my experience. And you take a person who has good intention, true heart for what they're trying to do, and then over time, the system just seems to put you out. And then you start noticing that you change the way that you feel, and the way that you really feel is what's needed for real in society, and it's just not that. So it's just like, what is it, man? I've been offered so many opportunities to work and to just be able to say, okay, I have a job. They're not in my field. I'm not getting paid for really having any degree. And it's hard because I receive mail with my name on it that is proof and evidence that I have a PhD. I paid for a PhD. I paid for a master's degree. I paid for a bachelor's degree according to the system's mail that is being sent to my house, and yet the same system that's telling me I don't qualify or it's more required of me, I'm stuck doing all of that. And it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's too much. It's just a lot going on, and it feels some kind of way after decades. It just changes how you feel, how you think, how you behave, and you see people who will tell you all day long, just get a job, just do anything. Don't worry about the degree. There are many people that have degrees that are not working. But why are we paying? Because I'm in that group. Why are we, any of us, why are we paying for degrees that we are not using? Or that we're working doing something that's not paying us enough to pay for the degrees that we're not using? Or the degrees that we are using, you have to be in the system so many decades before you can earn a certain level of income. And again, that's based on qualifying. You have to qualify for a job that you need. And there are all types of ways to look at things. I like to believe that I try to keep it as positive as I can, as often as I can, because I do. I want to continue to inspire people to do what they believe is good in their heart. And there's that other part that you feel this way in your heart, but then this is reality. Reality is you're going to have bills. Reality is that there are a lot of people who are just doing work for the money. Now, you could care less about being passionate or interested or motivating or inspiring to anybody. You're just working for the money. And in working for the money, you're not as good as you could be in helping because you're not there for the reasons that motivate you to do the best job that you can do. And what is the point of it anyway? Um, it's just a lot. And it's a lot to think about. It's a lot to feel emotionally. Um, and all this was inspired because I was just feeling so much distress. And I'm the kind of person, I've studied health and I've worked in different environments where I have seen people fighting for health and telling their story about how they have lived and how their living influenced and motivated their present circumstances. And so, as a health professional, you try to motivate people to do what's best for their mental health. And really, the systems, the programs, all these things that are set in place by these experts to help the communities, which you're a part of the community too. You're a worker, but you're a part of the community too. You're a part of the citizens that these programs are presented for, and you are just stressed. And I saw a video that was posted by a person who, it just reminded me of me. And this person had a great job working for a great company that doesn't have problem paying big bucks, and this person was very passionate and driven about it, the work. And over time, just a short period of time, this person ended up just being so stressed, and it was like, just walk away. I'm going to walk away. It doesn't matter if I have anything lined up. It doesn't matter if I'm working for this big corporation that everybody wants to work for, who has, a degree or background in this field. I just want peace. And you do. You just want peace. And it's just so much that comes with that. How do you get peace when you want to pay your bills and you also want to work in your field, and you still don't have whatever the hiring person thinks that you need to have to get the job? And then when you get the job, if you do, it's so overwhelming. The trainings are different now, as I've stated, I'm sure, before, because I continue to state this. The training is different now. You're sitting in front of a computer. You're not really interacting with other people, or you're in a class all day long, and nobody's paying attention. Most of the people are sleeping. Even if the course is very interesting, the information is presented very professionally, because people are just doing things now just to get it done, just because it's a requirement. And at the same time, you're really not learning anything, or if you are learning something, you can't do it according to the system, because the system doesn't consider all the things of reality that won't really help the situation. And it's just, what do you do? What do you do? And then you keep looking at real life, and you see people, real people, who I think, just like last night, I believe it was, last night, someone somewhere, I don't even know if that's a good example, so I won't even say it, but the point is, people are really, you're able to look at real life, and you're able to see things change and improve. And it seems like, okay, well, you think this, you feel like this, you believe this, you are doing everything to try to have this. And what is going on? Like, it's just so much going on, so much different interpretation, so many different experiences in life that people have. And these experiences are like, they're just different for everybody. And it, it whew, it's just so um I don't know. Like, it just, for me, it bothers me to feel like I saw myself at one point passionate, driven, motivated, inspired, doing things for the right reasons, and to see the outcome and how things are going just in the world in general. And it just really doesn't feel good, emotionally and physically. We know that negative emotions can take a toll on your physical health, and the inside of your body is experiencing things that you cannot see. You can only feel with symptoms. You can only see through signs of wear and tear over periods of time that show you that you really, like, what I mean, what are you doing, and how are you living? And it's just, this is just another video. So I don't know. I don't even know why I am saying this, but it's just somewhere, I don't even have a channel where, I don't have hundreds of thousands of viewers or subscribers, but I'm very passionate about what I'm talking about and what I'm doing, and I really come from the heart. You don't know me, but I know me, and I know what I'm passionate about, no matter what it looks like or sounds like or seems like to somebody else. I know what I'm passionate about. I know what I've experienced, and I do. I really just know that somebody somewhere has felt this, experienced this, and if you have and you see this video, or somebody else who has experienced it, then please feel free to share your thoughts, because I think I would like to really, see them right now. And that's it.